All right, here we go with another podcast of the A5 Family. Another episode. Got another brother of mine coming, turned into brother-in-law, Rick James. We ain't talking about the real Rick James. We talking about the family one. But welcome, RJ. What's up, brother?
How you doing? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Appreciate you coming out, taking your
Appreciate you having
time
me, bro.
for sure. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Uh, Yeah, let's start this one off with your bowling, man. So last episode, obviously, I had Tyrone. You seen that one, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
we just talking about family and getting to know Tyrone. So I guess this one can be like, just getting to know RJ. So we can, like I always say, man, it's free fall. It ain't no hiccups. You mess up, we get it out, edit it. It's all just just off the top. So you can be open as you want. You ain't gotta
Yeah.
You ain't gotta say anything. So when the first time you picked up a bowling ball, man?
I want to say when I was like 9, man. Honestly, like 9 or 10. My dad and uncle used to bowl in the league at Redmond's, and when you was a kid, you just want to get out the house for a little bit.
Right, right.
So I'm like, hey, Unc, can I come with you to the bowling alley? Uncle Ted used to bowl with them too. So it was like one of them things for me. It was just like, hey, I can get out the house. I can get away from my sisters for a little bit, be around some men.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then it just kind of turned into like all the guys, like, oh, these guys is cool. They come in here, hanging out, having fun. And just like it's a hobby, but it's a fun hobby too.
yeah,
It's
for
a
sure.
competitive hobby if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, because around when I was about that age, I was talking with Tyrone. That's when I caught my first touchdown just running. So I feel like around when you boys around that 8 to 10 is when you kind of find like what you gonna like gravitate to and play. Like even like say before you even got professional, like you were still bowling for like a leisure activity. Like you know what I mean? There's people that don't make it to the NBA that still pay like pick up basketball and things like that. So it's like once you get to that age, you kind of find like what you really want to do or really want to play and be competitive in. So what made you keep going though? Because I mean, you said you was what 8 or 9. So I mean, you 30 plus. I ain't gonna say your real age.
31, 31. You can say it, bro. You all good. You all
But
good.
you still bowling though. Most people would have stopped, in their 20s or once, you got a family, you get married next year. So like, and you still find time to bowl. So what keeps you going?
Man, honestly, man, it was I put it down for a while. Like, I played baseball growing up my whole life. So baseball took over. So I couldn't bowl in high school, couldn't do none of this. We played baseball. But then like once I got hurt and everything, I'm just like, man, I need to find something I can still be competitive in
Yeah.
and fun. And then you go bowl a couple leagues with Uncle Ted, Aaron, Dame, and all them having fun. And I'm like, man, hold on. I can make money doing this. This is a
Right,
hobby I
right.
can make money doing. Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah. And then you just kind of like go from there. And then you take a couple guys just telling you like, hey man, you got some really good raw talent that you can just go with. And then from
Hmm.
there, it's just like, all right, we're gonna see where this takes me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get a luxury to bowl against a couple pros, and you like, hold on, I'm keeping up with these
I
guys.
can compete. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, once you see the picture, like you play sports. Once you see the picture, oh, that's what I got to do. Okay, let's go get it then.
Yeah, yeah,
It's that
for
little
sure.
mindset.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I see you repping the A5 family on your shirt, man. I
Man,
appreciate that, man.
you
I'm gonna
already
get you
know.
a hat. You said usually I hand out a hat. I'm gonna keep doing that. So I'm gonna have to ship you a hat. So next time you're on, you definitely gonna have to put it on. What you got your
Oh,
coast to coast on your shirt too?
yeah, the Bowling Brand, the YouTube channel, man. Go like, comment, subscribe. It's
Yep.
Coast to Coast 825.
Now you're a pro. So like, what was the steps in order to getting, becoming a pro? Like
So
how, like what's the process of becoming a pro?
So getting a pro, becoming a pro actually isn't hard. You got to get your PBA card, but like the steps to actually get like recognized though, it's like like the guys that's on the end of the bench that's on the team, but they're not really gonna ever get in the game.
Yeah.
But then you got the guys that's actually gonna be like, hey, I'm known in the bowling alley, like I know, like they're you known. So it's like for one, you got to bowl everything. So it's like every weekend you traveling. Like you
Mhm.
seen, I'm in Vegas, Indiana, Illinois. Michigan, Ohio, and Canton. It's a lot of weekends, but it's a lot of grind too. And then it's like kind of like you gotta like so college. I equate college to like the programs and stuff like that. Bowling those, getting your name exposed, and then like from there getting your PBA card. Then that's how you get your sponsorships and stuff like that too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense though. So it's like a process. It's like almost, is it just like the baseball, like the triple A, double A? You just gotta work your way up in a
Absolutely.
sense of
So
way.
equating to baseball is a really good idea. So okay, so right now I'm bowling regionals. That's like playing AAA. The national tour would be like the big league. You know what I'm saying? So like
Hmm.
obviously there's a step to get to the national tour, but first you got to win regionals first. You can't get called up until you start showing out in the AAA. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. Yeah. See, look, a lot of people don't know that. That's why, look, all knowledge is good knowledge because a lot of people know about football and basketball and mainly baseball too. But I mean, there's a lot of other sports that people are competing and good at, like real good and making good money as well. So,
Absolutely.
um, yeah. So, what's the season like? What's the length? I know I followed you a lot this year, but I know what is it, September through, or is it just all year long, or what's the period?
Man, honestly, just depends on how much you want to push yourself. Like I might have took maybe 2 weeks off this year,
Hmm.
and it's like September to December, but I probably took 2 weeks off because my back was getting messed up. But man, you can if you really want to and you got the money to, you can get yourself into everything. And then
Okay.
that's where the sponsorships and stuff come into. Like you can get more exposed to things. That's also how you get more exposed too.
Okay. Yeah.
Like this year, I was lucky enough to be blessed by the A5s by the on the jersey, and you let me be exposed to like bowling in Vegas, bowling in Illinois, all these companies is out there. Like that's where
Yeah.
where all the money's at, where the company's gonna be at. It's like
Right. Right.
it's the same thing with like any sport. Like you want companies, you got to go bowl all the big stuff, and then you got
Hmm.
to perform on top of it too. So it's like that's where that mix comes in. Like everybody thinks, oh, it's so easy to do something. Man, you don't know how much pressure it is until you get on that big
I'm about
stage.
to say, yeah, it's hard to explain it to you in the shoes, but yeah, the A5 Family definitely followed you this year and how we obviously sponsored you for a full year and see your growth from the start to the end. And like the mental focus you had for, like you just said, 2 weeks off for 12 months. Like that's crazy. Most people think a season is 8 months or, 10 months, if you go far in the playoffs. But how do you keep your focus throughout a full year? I mean, you might, like you said, you took 2 weeks off, but how do you like maintain it? Is it like faith? Is it just, take care of your body, take care of your mental, getting sleep? What's your routine to sustain a full year?
Man, honestly, I can give you a day schedule on the days I bowl, man. Like wake up like 4:30, 4:45 a.m. to go to work. Obviously, first thing you do when you waking up is praying, man. Praying, asking God just to keep blessing your body, keep blessing your heart, blessing your spirit, blessing your mind, blessing your household. Because everything everybody thinks is always just you doing it. Nah, man, you can't make stuff up like this, man. I've
Right.
been bowling competitively for what the last maybe 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 4 sponsorships. This ain't me.
Right.
People ain't just fall in my lap because I'm a good person. I mean, I am a good person, but God controlling all my steps. So it's like kind of just it's a big blessing for it, honestly, in disguise.
Yeah.
And they say that, and then like on top of that, staying mentally focused with that part is just like honestly, like the days like where you do get a day off, like you might only bowl the weekend. During the week, man, hanging out with your family, hanging out with your loved ones, having time to where you can just take your mind off of,
Restore. Yeah. Like restore.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure when you played too, it was like the days like, hey, I'm off day, I'm about to hang out with my kids, hang out with my wife, just
Mm-hmm.
have some time where I can pour into them, they can pour into me, and I also can get restored at the same time to go back out to
To
be
pour
prepared to
to
go.
pour your
Yeah,
blessings out. Yeah.
yeah, pour your blessings out and
Yeah.
receive blessings at the same time.
Yeah. It's a cycle. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, with me, yeah, Mondays was our off day, so we always go to breakfast. I've obviously at the time we only had one. We had one kid, and my next year, obviously, Ayla came, and then we retired. But It was always about the girls once I got my off day on Monday because I know how locked in I can be. Uh, I'm either all in or I'm all out. So I kind of took that mindset and like, okay, well, it's my off day. I'm all out. So I didn't watch film. I didn't, you know what I mean? Because once I would have turned film on, I'm back locked in for the whole day. So what I did was to help me through my 8 years of playing. It was like I need to dedicate like Fridays was a fast Friday. We call it. You got out early. I dedicated that to Ashley. Me and her dinner night every Friday. We just tried different spots. And then when Monday came around, uh, shoot, we flying in late, so everyone getting up early and stuff like that. It's all with the girls, you know. A nap. I still got pictures of me and Ava napping on Mondays on the couch. Like, matter of fact, one just popped up the other day. So it's like things like that. Like I never took for granted. Like I know at the end of the day, I was so worried about me and competing that I had to pray and take time out of my day to dedicate it, you know, to your family, your loved ones too, because shoot, just imagine you in their shoes, you know, and just watching you all week and be like, what, where's my love? Where's my hug? You know, can we go to dinner? You know, it's tough for them too. So I had to, uh, once we start having kids, I had to really like think about like separating my mental when I'm playing and when I'm like my off days and on days, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely understand that because that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Like we'll bowl on the weekends, and it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm home for, I'm getting home from work at 5, getting dressed, going
Mm-hmm.
out, driving out to Akron, coming home at 1, getting up, going to bowl at 11, getting home at 9, taking a shower, and then by the time you look up, Monday's here.
Right.
I seen my family for 3, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that whole like, hey man, when y'all get a chance to see y'all, like y'all got my full attention.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like just as much as I miss y'all, miss me, I miss y'all the same
Right.
way.
Right. Even though
So
it don't look like it.
yeah, and then
Right.
like understanding that other side of it, like, hey man, imagine having to watch the kids by yourself for 3 days straight,
Mm-hmm.
and like, but then having the capability in your mind to understand, like, hey, he might not have had a good showing, so I gotta love him regardless if I'm tired or if this. That's
Mm-hmm.
why that respect and that love for well, for you it'd be your wife, for me it's my fiance. It's just a different level, man. It's like so much, they sacrifice so much just so you can chase your dream, and then you like, well, I gotta pour back into them because they doing so
Mm-hmm.
much for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's glad that I mean that you see it. I mean, both of y'all see it. Obviously, y'all talked about it. It's not new, but I mean, a lot of couples, you know, pray for both of that. You know, some people get one end and not the other. So we're definitely blessed that have wives, soon to be wife. Uh,
Absolutely, can't wait for
the
that.
me either, but we blessed to have them around us to know, you know, even though we ain't showing it, you know, what like the way we looking or the way we moving, that we still love them and we still trying to pour into them. You know, just some days they want it on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm just like, man, I just had the longest day of practice ever, like you know,
Yeah, I understand
and it's
that,
like
man.
it sucks. So they'd be like, oh, well, I have to wait till your next off day or so, you know, I mean, things like that. So, like, looking back on it too, I know it was a little different. Like, if I ever play football again, it'd be a whole different, you know, schedule. I grew so much not playing football. It's crazy. Seeing the real world and how people act and react and things like that. So, yeah, man, we definitely blessed to have a good family and good wives, uh, you know, surrounding us.
Yeah, it definitely it makes the job a lot easier if that makes sense. Like you feel like you're not in it alone. But sometimes when you know, like you tired, mentally exhausted, body hurt, and you really don't want to be there, but you gotta be there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, man, and then she texts you, hey, good luck, babe, I love you. Oh, all right, let's turn the switch back on.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
good, we good.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't need much, I just need a little bit of just a little menstruation sometimes it just makes so much.
Right. Yeah. So, so as your faith grew, like what was the biggest jump or difference you seen? You think? Because I feel like for me, I can answer it if that's like a little tricky question, but I feel like when I really dove into the Bible and the Word and start reading, I feel like my days went by faster, if that makes sense. Like it was never like a slow moment. Like I feel like everything was like clicking, everything was moving fast. I wouldn't feel like I was missing something or I was tired or I couldn't do it. Or you know what I mean? I feel like I always had all the utensils and tools once I opened that book and read the book and not just read it and retain the information, but actually apply it to your life. You know, some people can read the Bible front to back, but
But not understand the page
but
in
not
it.
understand it or not walking in the way as what it's saying. So I guess that's the same thing, not understanding what it's saying. But when you actually understand it, um, what changed you think in your life? Did it move smoother? Did you see it right away? Did it take time, or what would you say?
For me, the when my faith started I actually really started trusting God and just believing He was gonna work things out, even when I didn't see a way. Is when honestly we talked about the sponsorship, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then we talked about it, and I was telling God like, "Hey man, I really want to bowl, but is it really what you want me to do?" And then literally that next week, I had came down, and he was like, "I got you this season." And then after you started sponsoring me, I just kept moving. I kept praying. I just, I'm just being. Sometimes the best thing to do is when you don't know what to do is stay still and just wait for the voice to tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me like, it's time. Go, go chase your dream, and I'm gonna make everything happen. And I'm thinking like, man, I make good money at Ford, man, but bowling tournaments and traveling is it gets expensive after a while. And that's when you came in, and then I started getting all these sponsorships with these companies, and it's just like it's like he was like basically telling me like your faith and belief in me, and you're spreading me while you're bowling. I'm going to promote you like no other, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why people be like, "How'd you get so good so fast?" I'm like, "It wasn't me."
Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody. It wasn't me. Like when you see these guys being great and their limelights on them, even when they don't want it on, it's because they're they're one of God's child, and God's promoting them how the world promotes the other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Something it's already written, man. Some things you can't control. Some things it's just there. You know, it's it, and it's that it factor, and that's the Lord. That's us being blessed and things like that, and sharing it as well. And that's probably one of the main reasons I wanted to start this podcast was about, it's going to be so many different people on this podcast from, like you said, you a pro bowler and you work at Ford. Last week I had Tyrone, where he's from Canada, that played 9 years, at the highest level and played great ball. And got so many other guests that's coming on that's just in
Different
different
walks of life.
organizations, landscaping. You got uh family like close like Zach and I'm gonna come on. So it's gonna be variety and like someone can relate to somebody. You know what I mean? I don't want everybody just looking at all these NFL players that just play in the league, and like the chances of that is so slim. Um, so it's like the to show everybody like there's more people in this world that's living good, that's praising God and smiling every day, just like anybody else, and that's my goal is to get all the viewers to gravitate to somebody. One of these episodes, someone gonna be, oh man, get RJ back on again. You know what I'm saying? So as it
Absolutely.
goes, so speaking at the faith and stuff like that, man, that's huge. That's very huge.
I just feel like the biggest thing with this world nowadays that I think is wrong with a lot of people is like everybody watches Instagram. That's what the success they want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show you the hours they put in though.
Right.
Like I put these videos up of these 300s and these awards I'm getting and these deals. They don't see how many hours I spent in the bowling alley though. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with you. They see you putting your jersey up, walking out the tunnel. They don't know that you was in the gym for 10 hours a day,
Right.
killing your body, killing your mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. People don't see the grind. They only see the end result. But if you had to actually walk that path, would you take it though?
Right.
Everybody wants the shortcomings. Everybody wants the quick comings instead of actually putting that work in and actually having to go get it. I see that a lot now. Like I walked into the league last night and I got my PBA jerseys on because I got to wear it because it's bona fide. And everybody's like, "Well, how'd you get this? How'd you get that? How you throw the ball like that?" I'm like, "Bro, I have been doing this for
If I
two
just,
years
it's
every
too long
day
to even tell you
for
right now.
3 hours. Like, yeah, it's so much work that goes into it.
Yeah.
Same way, like people be like, like when you play in Madden, how'd you know what coverage he's in? He's like, bro, I studied so many playbooks. It's
Yeah.
I literally my job was to get paid to look at playbooks and
Right.
learn everything, every audible, every motion, learn everything. So it's like the same. It's the same way. It's just a different level. Mine's
Yeah.
isn't physical. Mine's more mental.
Hmm.
Yours is physical and mental. So if your
Right.
mind's not working, your body's not working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm trying to get everybody on the show is because, like, look, everything is hard. Like anything you want is hard. Like there's nothing in this world that's worth having that's easy. You know what I mean? Any easy, quick fix, man, you either you do something illegal or you better watch out. You know what I'm saying? So look, if it's worth having, man, it's gonna be tough to keep it, and it's gonna be even, harder just to keep grinding for it. I'm just over and over and 20 years, like 30 years, 40, 50, 60. Like it's people living to 65 and you don't stop until you stop. So that's why people say life is hard, is because there's no end until it's over. So yep, that's my take on that. You gotta go get it.
Life is always gonna be hard, especially when you add little ones into the group.
Yeah, man. When you got the family and
It
and
makes
stuff,
everything tougher. It's not just you no more. So now
right?
when you make a decision like, hey, I want to go voters in Vegas, if I don't have nobody to watch Sky, then
Yeah,
we probably ain't gonna be able to go. It's just too much to try to have a little one and have to lug all the boat and stuff. So yeah,
right.
that's the thing.
Yeah, man, for sure. So let me tell y'all this. How long? Oh, wait, what year was that? So we talked
I think
in,
it was nine. I think it was
was it
two
2001?
thousand and one. Yeah,
All right, so I met RJ in 2001. That's like running up and down the street. What was that? Was that 21st or was that 20?
22nd, 22nd in
22nd.
Lexington.
Lexington and 20. I don't think the house there no more. We just talked about it. Like
No, my house, the house I lived in is there is only grass.
okay, yeah, I remember because last time I was in Ohio, I rode past. I'm just like, wait, there was a field across the street, but now there's a field on both sides.
There's two fields.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So me and RJ used to race up and down the street, play basketball in his driveway. We had a couple running mates with us, my little brother, our cousins, Greg and Desi and DJ and Ebony and all of them running up and down the street. Man, who would have thought, what, 20 something years later, that like we still talking and still cool. And now you my brother-in-law. So like
And you my best man in my
and
wedding.
I, like and
And my
Scholar's
Sky is
goddad,
yeah.
so it's like how when we was what 7 and 8 running down the street, like that's just crazy to me to see that we're still cool, we still kicking it, and like we even closer than ever, which is crazy to me.
Well, hold on. When you say run down the street, you was running. I was walking. I was big. I was a fat boy back
Well, you always came in last. Oh,
then.
I might have to pull up a picture right now, a big one right now. Boom.
I was power jogging.
No, I think we was running backwards.
Man, I probably still was the last one. I probably running forward, y'all running backwards, still beat
Man, I gotta promote my glasses too, man, before we get up out of here, man. These are my
me.
new
So
gaming glasses right here. Like, y'all gotta check me out, man. What y'all think? Should I wear them or no?
that boy looked like he could see everything.
I gotta promote them. Yep. So, man, anything else you want to say your YouTube channel again?
Uh,
So
coast
everybody
to
can get
coast,
that.
coast to coast 825 is my YouTube channel. Instagram is P underscore taco 1993. Go like, comment, and subscribe, man, please. You know, we welcome everybody over here. We're about to start doing some ball reviews and some live streams so people can see like what the daily grind is. Just so they don't like, oh, you guys go throw bowling balls and drink beer. They do. I'm not allowed to drink beer when I bowl no more.
Yeah,
I ain't allowed to do none of that no more. It's kind of became a different way of life, but it's all for the higher purpose.
for sure. Well, appreciate it as always. A5 Family Media YouTube channel. We got the Twitch. Uh, we got the Instagram, the A5 Media. Go follow us. It's all real content. We ain't really editing much. We ain't really writing notes. We just going off vibes. If you like good, real footage vibes, man, please subscribe, like, or just follow. You ain't even got to do
Hey,
all that. Just
hey,
follow.
before we leave though, man, I just want to give you your flowers, bro. I appreciate what you're doing, man. That Tyrone podcast actually was kind of real, man. Like people
Yeah,
don't be understanding, like when he was talking about he got stabbed and everything, and I was like, I never even knew that. Many times I seen him.
yeah.
It's like you
See,
opening up different pathways for people to talk freely,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
people comfortable with you. So it's like you said, the last podcast, the guy that don't talk got all
Mm-hmm.
the most people that want to talk to him though, because you such a real person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're real
for
honest.
sure.
You're real honest, and you're gonna shoot the. You ain't gonna you ain't gonna beat around the bush. You're gonna be straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like with me and you helped me so much, man, during this whole getting engaged and when I was about to have a kid and I told you about that when we was in KC and
Mm,
I was nervous and you was like, bro, just stay calm. You got this, man. So I'm gonna give you your flowers, bro. That's all, man.
I appreciate it, man. Because like we was at Uncle Bossy party, and they all talked about most people try to give flowers when people ain't here no more. So it's like the fact that you like the way you just brought that up, it just brought me right back to that place to give people they flowers while they're still here, so they can cherish them, things like that. So that I mean, that's some good stuff, man. I appreciate it, but I mean, I'm here to help, man. Look, I ain't looking for nothing in return. Look, I always said, if you want the truth, come to me. If you want somebody gonna beat around the bush and then tell you to make you feel good or just make you happy, look, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. That's just who I am, and I feel like that's why most people is okay with talking with me and talking to me and sharing stuff with me. And but I mean, there's a lot of things that a lot of people share with me that I would love for them to share it with everybody else on the podcast. So I would never
I mean,
force someone to say anything like that, off their heart. So like you just have a conversation. If they say it, they say it. But I mean, there's some good quality conversations that I had one on one with a lot of people.
we can get into one if you want. Honestly, about the one time we was I think that everybody was inside playing a game and me and you was outside in the hot tub and I think I had came down after my dad and grandma had passed away and I was talking to you about the dad situation and
Mm-hmm.
you really just poured into me because like like losing like not having a dad in your life is way different than having a dad, having seen him go away,
Yeah.
and then see what he do to like your family members, and then to find him dead. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole
Mm-hmm.
different situation here.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
you able to pour into somebody even though that you never even had it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
No.
real.
Yeah.
That was a
For
real
sure.
conversation that night for sure.
Yeah. I honestly like I said, like I just try to keep it like real blunt, I guess, to see the bigger picture because I mean every situation has a bad, every situation has a good. This is most people don't see it. Sometimes I'm not saying death is ever good, but I'm just saying like it probably opened your eyes in so many different ways today that you probably would have never done. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like it makes you grow. It makes you read. It makes you explore. It makes you become who you really want to be because most people are in this shell and they try to break out of it in different ways. And sometimes you use different things. Sometimes people are angry. Some people like to hang out. Some people like to play video games. Some people like, you know, to have a different girl or something, just doing whatever they want to try to manage things. But it's for like when you go to God and you pray and you face it head on, I feel like, man, it's just like an eye opener. Like you look back like, damn, what was I doing? You know what I mean? Things like that. Or it's like, man, I wish I'd have did this differently.
Oh,
Or
for sure.
I would never do that. I would do if this came up again, I would handle this differently because of what I went through. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I feel like that's a big one because like the first thing you said to me is you was like, man, I know everything happened to you. I know it's a tough time, but God got a plan for you. Then literally I go home, I get into the book, and the first verse I find is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you. It's like, oh, he literally just, it's
Mm-hmm.
like this dude was speaking out the Bible without even knowing he was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
Yeah.
I said. Like, people don't understand. Like, when you find a selected few people that you can actually talk to, that you guys got the same faith, cherish the same things, family people, family oriented, and you're a brother at the same time. It's like, man, y'all gotta pour into each other as much as possible because you don't
Mm-hmm.
never know what people are going through.
Right,
Like
right, right.
the day I think I had texted you, we was talking that night about something on the game, and I told you I had a nightmare. And then the next day, you told me to turn on One Community, and he was preaching about what I was telling you about the night
Oh
before.
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Shout
oh,
out to
this
One
is
Community though, One Community Church in Texas,
yeah. And
and
then
right here in Frisco.
I think it was another night. We was on the game too, and I had to play the drums next day at church. And Pastor Knight was talking about the same thing you was talking about. I was like, man, this is crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's just crazy how like I feel like when God put the right people in your lifetime and God put the right people in your life, I feel like y'all connect, and it's always on a different wavelength than everybody. Hence why
hmm
we've been friends for so long. Before we were just friends because we was cool,
right.
but like
hmm
now it's I mean obviously you married my sister, but it's like we connect on different things. We can actually talk. Like we try and set up a Bible study right now. Like
hmm
how many people you know doing that? Like most people thinking it's I got to do this. I got to just get in that book.
Yeah,
That book probably gonna solve that problem,
right.
or
Yeah,
it's gonna give you a way to solve it without actually having to try to put yourself in a situation. Just let it work itself out. If
yeah,
it's
no
made to
doubt.
be, it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
That's all, brother. That's all, man. You know, just gotta try to really spread the word, man, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays losing their faith
Yeah.
because of what they see on everything. Like
hmm
it ain't going nowhere. It's just you, just your
Right.
mind.
hmm Yeah, I always say that. Like it's gonna like every it hits everybody differently. People have different lives, so sometimes it hits you early, sometimes it hits you later in life. But I mean, it's just a blessing that you know it hit you. You know, some people never realize that until it's too late, or and they're already not here or something like that. So it's glad that we're living, giving flowers, giving praise, praising others, bringing others along, like all the stuff that you need to do. Because I mean, life's too short to be sitting here grudging or looking at somebody else and talking about them or something like that, man. Just bring everybody along, keep it moving. That's what all this podcast, Twitch, and Instagram is going to be about, is just improving and keep going, man.
I love it, brother. I love it. Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing.
All right. So appreciate you coming on, brother. I got a hat for you, everybody. This is our second time saying bye, but it don't matter because I'm probably gonna call him once this is over. So y'all, I'll catch y'all later, man.
Peace out, brother.
All right.